control. That's right, folks. We are here right now, and we're going to take control of our bow stall and stern stall in our MixMasters. And you can apply this to other boats too, but this is especially appropriate for the MixMaster. Let's see if we've got video queued up, and we do. All right. So here we just have a couple shots, and this is part of the EJ instructional series on the MixMaster. We've done a few already, and we're going to give you hopefully every skill that you could possibly imagine wanting to have. But this particular one is like a cornerstone of every other thing out there. A bow stall and a stern stall. What can you do from there? You can do a lot of things. You can do a stern splat, a bow splat. You can learn to do splat wheels. You can learn to do pirouettes. Basically, the stall is like a prerequisite for a whole bunch of moves. And once you can stall this boat, life is good. You can just stick it up. This is like the equivalent of a manual on a skateboard. Doing it on the front, doing it on the back. Super cool. All right, there's some pretty easy skills and easy, like the concept is easy, but like anything, it takes a little bit of practice. So, for example, there's some counterintuitive stuff, as there tends to be in kayaking sometimes. You have to pardon me while I drink some cranberry juice along the way, just because I'm dehydrated. And as soon as I'm done making this video, I'm going to go work out and do some kayaking. Okay. Let's just kind of look through a couple of these real quick. I don't have many shots here to play with, but I got enough. This guy you're looking at right here, by the way, with a big smile on his face at all times, who's bow stalling right there. That guy right there? Yeah, that one. That's Stephen Wright. Yesterday, he won the U.S. National Freestyle Kayak Championship. So, any questions? Yeah. He's known as the Hobbit King, that guy right there. He's pretty awesome. And he's going to demonstrate a little bit there. And then we got some other dude who's going to demonstrate in there too. Some dude named Eric Jackson. I don't know. Oh, sorry, Steven. I did put a fail in there for you. What is that? That's a POV of a bow stall showing paddle positions. And then I'm just going to run through these clips real quick. And I want you guys to watch so you can kind of get a feel. Stern stall going on. Notice the head underwater, head out of the water. Notice his body's moving around a little bit. His paddle's kind of in and out of the water. We'll talk about that. Go forward a little bit. Do. Same idea. Wait, what is that? That's the POV of a stern stall. That would be me and my boat there. And yes, those are beautiful Tennessee white clouds and blue sky. Yes, there's power lines in there too. That's because we're doing it at the powerhouse. Those power lines come straight out of the hydro dam. This is another view of a bow stall. And those are all the clips we have to work with. Do I have more clips? Yeah. Are we going to use more clips? How come? It's really all we need. So let's back it up. Okay. We talked about getting into a bow stall. We talked about the plowing ender. The plowing ender is one way to get into a bow stall, but the double pump is the most common way. Can you double pump? No? Well, then you need a plowing ender. Can you plowing ender? No? Man, you need to learn how to do that, because you're not going to be able to bow stall if you can't get vertical on the bow. So the two ways to get vertical on bow are the double pump and the plowing ender. In these examples, we're going to use the double pump. The plowing ender is actually pretty simple in that you don't have any rotation, so it's easy to get in the right spot. Here with the double pump, you actually have to stop the boat, and so it gives us something to talk about there. So let's back this up a little bit. And if you're wondering whether the frames rate slow and stuff like that, I'm making this as high quality as I possibly can. All right. Notice Steven's got a big smile on your face. By the way, this is a mental tactic, but it also is very important. If you want to get your first bow stall, don't try to bow stall. Just go out there and actually bow stall. What do I mean by that? If you approach it as you're going to try, you actually give yourself an opening to fail, and you tend to fail more often. Talk to anybody out there that has to perform on demand. They will recognize that trying is one thing and doing is another. So every time you're out there, plan on doing it on your first try. All right. Step one, let's double pump into position. Notice he's putting his weight forward, backstroke, weight on his feet. And right at this moment, I want you to look at the right blade. See where my cursor is? Right there. In fact, I should make a bigger, brighter cursor, huh? But anyway, it's over there by that splashy thing. He's actually hitting the brakes on that side. See the paddle go in the water and splash? That stops the rotation of the boat. And notice he went a little bit past vertical, but he brings it back with that braking stroke. So there's two ways you have to stay vertical. You got to stay vertical, side to side, which is what that braking stroke did. And you needed to stay at the right angle, verticality this way. Can you bow stall at 90 degrees? How come? You fall on your head because your body's sticking out there. You have to bow stall at a lower angle. The angle we're going to learn to bow stall in is 60 degrees. 45, 60, 80, 90. If you don't have a mental protractor, you probably haven't been a freestyle kayaker for like ever. So get a protractor, but you know what 45 is? It's more than that. You know what 90 is? Yeah, it's less than that. All right, so about 60 degrees is the ideal angle to stall at from the side view, and we'll give you some side views in a second. Now notice that both of his hands are in the water. Why is that? If you have your paddle blades in the water, you can use it to control yourself. The two directions you're trying to control yourself is so you don't fall this way or that way. How do you do that? By pushing down on one or the other, whichever one holds you right side up. The other things you can do is push out and away from your boat or pull towards your boat with the paddle. Now, he's doing a little bit of moving around. There you go. You want to see there's a little bit of paddle movements. Okay. Notice he brings his paddle up and he pushes it forward a little bit. He's actually trying to get a little bit less vertical there. I'm going to pass forward past this one. It's the exact thing I want to show you. Ooh, there it is. The exact thing I want to show you at the right moment isn't actually there. All right. I want you to look at the verticality of his boat. It's pretty vertical. Now watch. Watch what happens when he puts his head down. Right there. Oh. Woo, what happened to his boat? Let's do that one more time. Watch what happens if he lifts, his head goes up. Boat goes vertical. His head goes down. Boat goes flat. This is an absolutely key thing here. This is how you control the verticality here. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. If you put your head down this way, it lifts the boat that way. If you lift your head up, it pushes it that way. Does that make sense? So if you want to go more vertical, you stand up. If you want to get it flatter, you lay down. And what do you do with your paddle? You bring it with you. If you want to go more vertical, you lift both blades up. You stand up a little bit. If you want to go more flat, you push both hands down and sit down. All right, let's get this back in action. We're going to fast forward now to... Oh, here's another one. We're not showing that one. Stern stall. Why I put my bow stall at the end of this, I don't know. All right, there we go. Another angle. You're going to notice I do something a little different with my paddle. I think it's easier. Watch me do it right here. Paddle is in the water deep, blades down normal. I'm going to turn my wrist backwards and open that blades up. That way I can get my paddle way away from my body. Watch this. Here we go. And now power face is down. Power face is down, and there it is. That, to me, is the easiest possible position. That's the position you're trying to achieve, which is arms straight in front of you, power face down, and body, your back parallel to the water. If this is the water, ideally your back is parallel to the water. From there, you can go down, push your body in to flatten it out, or you can stand up to bring it up. There we go. That's the position you're looking for. All right. Now we're going to do the stern stall really quick. Now, why? Do you feel like you know how to bow stall already just from what I told you? Maybe, maybe not, but that's how you do it. Now we're going to do the stern stall because the stern stall has the same skills as the bow stall, except you're doing it on the stern. Before we do, this is a POV. That's that paddle flip thing I was telling you about. POV, this is what I'm looking at. Now, believe it or not, my chin is actually up. I'm not looking way down. If you see your spray skirt, your chin is down too far. You should be looking straight into the water, or even on the horizon line slightly. All right, there you go. Paddles underwater. Now what you're looking for, watch me lift it up. 1, 2, 3. See me lifting the paddle up. Now watch the wrist turn back. Boom, 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 boom. And power face down on the water. From that position, you're able to get out on a weight in front of you more and offer more of a tripod. Now you can see both hands. If your wrists are down, your hands are closer to the boat. You can't control it as easy. Okay, stern stall coming up. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. There we go. Stephen Wright in his stern stall. What's he going to do? I didn't show the beginning of it. Oh well. He initiated on the stern with a stern initiation stroke. Now, should his head be all the way underwater? No, not really. By putting his head all the way underwater, anybody want to guess why he did that? He did that because he was too vertical. By putting the head in the water and leaning back, he's pushing the bow down like that. So watch, now the bow goes down. There it goes. And now what does he do? He brings his body out and tries to hold that angle at 60 degrees. Ooh, but here we go. What's happening? He dropped his bow too far. So now what does he got to do? He's going to sit up. By sitting up, you're crunching on your abs, lifting up your knees, pulling the boat back vertical again. Whoop, there it goes up a little bit. And, ooh, look at that. Wow, he's pulling it up. Come on, don't lose it, don't lose it, don't lose it, don't lose it. And he holds it. There we go. That's a stern stall. Now notice that his paddle is not even in the water at this moment. All right, let's get one thing straight. You got to be like really good to do that. Meaning you have to have really good balance and be perfectly positioned. If you drop the blades in the water, you've got control over the boat better. And he's thinking about it. He's got one blade at a time, just kind of controlling it. Leaning forward to pull it vertical. Now it goes vertical. If you saw that, wow, it goes a little more vertical right there. Then it's like perfect. There we go. Really good. So are we learning anything here? Then he leans back and the bow comes down. All right, let's. I don't think I've got a stern stall from me other than a POV. So we're going to do his again. Okay, key elements here are going to be getting to vertical this way right away with your stern initiation stroke. And then step 2, 60 degrees. If you're under 60, crunch up. If you're over 60, put your head and body in the water. So that's the same exact technique as with the bow stall. Let's reverse it back all the way from the beginning. Let's do one more bow stall kind of as a review. We'll do it at normal speed. Check it out. He's using his paddle to control side to side, forward and aft movements to try to keep it vertical or at 60 degrees. Now here's an example of what happens when you don't go quite vertical enough on the beginning. When I say not quite vertical enough, look how he tries to make it go vertical. He goes there, but he's not at 60, he's only at 45. Now what? Is he going to lean forward or back? He's going to lean back and try to push his feet down. Watch, he leans back, pushes his feet down. It's not going to be enough. It wasn't quite vertical enough to pull it off. Now he's going to do a good one for us. I'm going to do one. Power face down. Stern stall. And then one more bow stall. There we go. Boom. Power face down. Body flat to the surface. And off we go. All right, that's how you bow. stall. That's how you stern stall. And in case you're wondering, yeah, it's a MixMaster. Very cool. My favorite new whitewater kayak. Next thing we're gonna do is probably gonna be the double pump, because you gotta learn how to double pump so you can do that bow stall. But now that you want a bow stall, we're gonna do the double pump. EJ signing off from Jackson Ranch. Talk to you soon.